What up, tubers? Welcome back to another sealed video here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. In preparation for the upcoming qualifier event, I am going to do some terrible sealed of this format. So this is it. Sealed of a format with bonus sheet rares, special mythic rares, and whatnot is always going to be a little bit lopsided in terms of, well, pools, right? You could open something very good. You could also open something very poor. You can also open up to like, I don't know, literally 20 rares, although the average I'm sure is closer to maybe like 8 or 10. But it's going to be best of 3 for the qualifier. This is best of 1. I think the true skill in this is going to be upon deck building. Generally, in this sealed format, I do not think you're going to want to build like a 2 or 3 colored, rather a 2 color deck. You're probably going to lean towards the 4 or 5 color decks. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a terrible set of rares that we've opened. Among them, let's see, Rush of Dread, good. Surprise, good. Vraska, good. Then you have some harder to cast but good cards. But overall, this is not the rare and mythic pool that we were hoping to open. So very first thing I'm going to do is actually skip all of the colors and move straight to our fixing and see what kind of fixing we have. Okay, so our fixing is actually pretty nice here. We have a bunch of deserts, a gardener, buried in the garden, if I can end up playing that as one of the main colors. And then green oftentimes has a lot of other fixing, like a naturalist here. There's an armadillo as well. So oftentimes in this sealed format, I do end up going green as one of our bases. But let's just take a quick peek at everything else. Quick cards that catch our eye here. Journey to Nowhere, Prairie Dog, Shepherd of the Clouds in white. Blue's very bad. So blue would have to be its multicolor cards if we have any good blue multicolor cards, which it doesn't appear we have many. So might be able to just like immediately cut blue from our plans. Black actually looks pretty weak overall as well. It's got some okay removal. Accident being the best amongst those, and then Shoot the Sheriff. Rush of Dread, of course, is fine. Or Surprise for some value. Red, Salvo's okay. Sharpshooter's okay. Prickly Pear is okay. Yeah, red's also pretty weak. So would not be surprised if we're going like a green white base with a splash of other good cards, which is kind of nice because then that's going to let me get that Buried in the Garden like I was talking about. So let's take a peek at just adding some the playable white stuff for starters. We'll cut once we get to that point. No individual blue card worth splashing for black. Splashing the Unfortunate Accident's not super easy because to kill a creature you need double black, but it's a possibility. Surprise, Shoot the Sheriff. Same thing with Unfortunate Accident. Rush of Dread's going to be harder to splash. Red has the Salvo, Sharpshooter, maybe even Scaled Summoner can be splashed for. And then green has a bunch of playables. Surprise, Veil, Sentry, Burrow, Saddle, Tumble, Varmint, Grizzly, Naturalist, Possum, Beaver, Rise, Armadillo. So basically all of our green cards are playable. And then of course the multicolored cards are generally going to be somewhat playable as well. But like I said, this is probably going to be some kind of base green whitish splashing other stuff. Black, splashing for Badlands Revival is definitely worth it. Splashing for Lawbringer is probably worth it. Vraska, I'm not huge on. She's an okay creature, but it's not like a bomb by any means. But if that is just our black splash, we're not going to be playing the Accent, the Rush of Dread. Maybe there's a chance we can splash some of this other value black card. Wouldn't be playing Scorn. Red splash, I wouldn't go for Salvo. I wouldn't go for Summoner. There's a chance I would splash Sharpshooter. Cactus is good. And Annie Joins Up is a hard to cast 5 damage removal spell. Isn't terrible. What's the triggered ability again? If a triggered, or rather static ability, if a triggered ability of a legendary creature you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So, well, that doesn't do anything with Vraska. So basically it would be a kind of hard to cast 5 damage creature burn spell. But if we're going to end up playing red anyways, that wouldn't be terrible. So red has some okay splash potential. But I think the black is probably better served. What was our fixing again? Oh, wow. Actually, we have a bunch of blue fixing. That's too bad. Yeah, we have a Lonely Arroyo, a Soured Springs, and really no... I mean, I guess the Lonely could help with a blue splash, but there doesn't appear to be any of that, so... Then I would have to consider, are those two deserts worth it for crime purposes? And we just have, like, no crime cards. One crime card there. Okay, so probably not even worth playing those deserts. We would get access to Backwoods, Conduit, and 2 Mirage Mesas if we want to. So it actually looks like the red is an easier splash than the black, but I think the black gives us better cards. That's too bad. This is not a great pool then. And like if we're base green white, we don't have like many of the mount synergies that you would want for doing so. Yeah, I am not thrilled with this. I think this is a below average pool, and I mean that was kind of obvious given the rares that I opened. Wow, that's too bad. In fact, what rares am I going to be playing here at the end of the day? Braska? Holy smokes. Smuggler Surprise. Well, if you don't have bombs, you need interaction. Man, that is brutal. I'm almost wondering if we go like a white-black deck, maybe splashing green instead. Splashing green for like Vraska, Badlands, and Berry. Because that would give me access to the Accident and the Rush of Dread. It's just the black is so filler. That is very, very unfortunate. Huh. What combos do we have with Nurturing Pixie? We can bounce our Journey to Nowhere to reset it. Bouncing Naturalist is okay. Bouncing Shepherd's okay. Same thing with like Buried. Or is there a world I can go green, black, splashing white? Splashing for like Shepherd, Buried in the Garden, and Journey to Nowhere. Is that better? I could see that being slightly better. Oh, and the Ruthless Lawbringer as well. Maybe a green, black, splash white. Gives us access to the Accident, to the Rush of Dread. We still don't have any use for crime, so the 2 blue lands wouldn't be doing anything. Have any combos with Boneyard Desecrator? No, we don't have like a what's his face? Baron. How good is Lively Dirge here? It would be okay, not great. Oh man, this is pretty brutal. Yeah, this is just a really bad pool, I think, in terms of overall power level. Decks like this can win, sure, but you're not happy about opening them. Yeah, green, black, splashing white is what I'm thinking this is going to have to be. Some definitely playable black cards that I'm overlooking here. I don't mind Avarice, although triple black might be a little bit hard to get. Skullduggery's a good trick. Fake Your Own Death, Dirge, Buzzard are all playable, but they're not, like, good. Alright, Pylon and 2 Mirage Mesas for land fixing, desert fixing. Do I need 3 planes? Probably not. Yeah, this is definitely below average, but I don't know what else I can do here. The fixing's just not there. The bombs aren't there to warrant going any more colors. I don't really see a good aggro deck to try to go underneath some of the better decks, so... I mean, well, maybe let me double check that again. Maybe there is a better aggressive strategy. It would probably be white, right? Like, maybe I ignore the grind out of the black and just go straight up like white beats. I wonder if that's actually better. Just don't even splash. I was just saying, this is hilarious, just saying that you're generally not supposed to go 2 color. You're supposed to probably be 3, 4, 5 even, but... I wonder if white-green beaters is the way to go. And just don't splash at all. Cut, 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 cut. I would probably cut the Oasis Gardener as well if we end up in just straight green-white, because we're not going to need... fixing on it. Does that look like a bunch of creatures? Could splash like Savage Smash and Sure Shot if we wanted to. Green-white curve out. Oops, didn't mean to cut throw from the saddle. I mean, that might be okay. Yeah, this might be okay. I sacrifice power level, but I do get consistency and aggression. I don't know if I like Sheriff of Safe Passage here. Just cut like 1, take up a shield. No reason to run Conduit Pylons, right? You don't really want that in a 2-color deck, I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this. But I'm not happy about it. Either way, I don't think this is a great pool, but we can hope. This is one of those pools that if you opened it for the Arena Open, you would say, or rather for the upcoming qualifier, you would say, well, right, can I have my money back? This hand is actually pretty solid. Got a nice little curve out here. I'm debating if we want to run out the Pixie on turn 1, and I think I'm actually going to do this. Being on the play with a 2-drop into a 3-drop after the Pixie, this is exactly the kind of thing I think we go for. Like, it's very possible this Pixie adds just like 5 points of damage. And the opponent's got a slow hand as well. Yeah, okay, I mean, this is what we're hoping for. Varmint. I would not be surprised if I regret bottoming that card, because they did show us white, but... Oh, okay, well. 2/4. Any combat trick there or like throw from the saddle would have basically won the game. Oh, they're taking it though. So best card for them to have would be like a sharpshooter plot here on turn 4, which would kill one of my creatures and give their creature flying. I will say my deck right now kind of looks like a bad draft deck, which in sealed is not terrible. So what they should have done if they were going to do that is actually go to the end of their turn, trigger the Wingsmith, let it get the flying counter, then cast the derailment. I mean, this is kind of... Our curve out was great. It had no non-creature spells, but it was a fantastic creature curve. And yeah, the Pixie's already hit in for 4 damage or something. Sure, they kill my Shepherd. They actually have to trade with the Grizzly here. They can't block the Erynx. They go to 1. Scry because Trample is irrelevant, and that's great, obviously. I don't think we're supposed to play out the Burrow Fiend. All 4 of my creatures are lethal. Alright, GG's. Hey, it worked. I think I will swap to the more value deck if we take a couple of early losses, but for now, I think we just try to get some quick wins with green-white beatdowns. Yeah. And hope we can recoup some of our gems that way. What was that curve? 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. I don't even know. It was a curve. There we go. Another curve. This is great. Majority of the time, you're going to be using Smuggler's Cop or Smuggler's whatever Surprise as a 3 mana draw 2 cards. I'm not going to play the Pixie here on turn 1 since I'm on the draw this time. It's going to be much better served just casting it out as a 2/2 flyer later on. And again, it's not like we have 0 value of bouncing things in our deck. We do have some. Sterling Hound. It's fine. Erynx is such a good attacker. Cat versus the dog. Oh, Burrow Fiend was another good draw. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go with Burrow Fiend here first then. It's a good draw too. Next turn we can go Patient Naturalist, saddle or mount something, and then Pixie bounce the Naturalist. Saddle something else. Sure. Okay. Surprise no attack there. I mean, I guess I could also just plot our 4-5. But this is a lot of pressure. Especially if this Naturalist mills a couple of creatures, you know? It did mill one creature. Let's see if we can mill a couple more. Perfect. 2 mana, 5/5. Pretty good. Now we'll go ahead and just Pixie bounce back our Naturalist. And that's going to also fuel the Burrow Fiend again later, right? Or rather, mills 3 and potentially fuels it. Alright, let's race. Sure. Just to get a clue, I'm alright with that. Now we'll just go with the... Actually, wait, what is the mode? 2 creatures from your hand onto the battle. That's 6 mana to do. Alright. Build another creature. Yeah, I'm hitting them for 10 now. I think they're probably regretting killing the Burrow Fiend, or killing the Arynx and not the Burrow Fiend. Build another creature. I guess we do want to attack with security, because they have to block it. And if they'd made some weird blocks, we could use the Indestructible and Hexproof Power 4. That isn't gonna cut it. Alright, they are dead on board. They could have like Take the Fall or whatever it's called in their hand, but the Holy Cow will finish them off. Alright. We're winning, so I can't complain. We are taking advantage of the more than 2 color decks, even though, like I said, I don't think our deck is that strong, but a good curve, 2 colors, sometimes good enough. Let's keep it going. Remember, Seal on Arena is not very good value. Wow, we keep getting the same hands. This will be another easy... Well, actually, is it? Debating if I want to play the Pixie turn 1. I guess I'm just going to name green with the Mesa and then play Arynx on turn 2 instead. It's a pretty good draw. Yep, want a 4th land here. I'll go ahead and play the Pixie, bouncing back the Vigilante. Prickly Pear, that does not block particularly well. I'm gonna go double creature this turn because the upside of hitting a land next turn, not that one. An untapped land for hard cast security is just too good when we're curving out. None of these creatures are necessarily worth protecting individually, so I don't mind not having the Veil open. Alright, so let's kill them quick. Let's kill them very quick. We don't need that land anymore because we're going to just plot here. Granted, I could play Possum, hold up Veil, and then just hardcast security next turn, but we're really hoping that they don't hit the 1 damage creature. Okay, 3/1 is fine. I mean, Merriman's going to be a hard one to beat if the game goes too long, right? Just every turn they get a free creature. We do have a Varmint in the deck somewhere. Looks like they've got a tough turn ahead of them. Another Annie joins up, and they're going to shoot what? The Erix, okay. It's not too bad for us. Oh, I don't know why I played the Possum pre-combat. That didn't do anything. I think at this point we're just supposed to save all of our creatures. Yeah, one good draw and this could be over next turn. Or if they don't have much, like, they are currently dead on board, and if they just play a single creature, they are still dead. Alright, 2 creatures does keep them alive. Not the draw we were hoping for. Alright. Swing it out. I don't think mounting up the Possum's doing us any good. Okay. Haste lifelink. Ah. That might do it. That might be the start of them stabilizing. Okay. Well, that has reach, too. Yeah, I think they stabilize, unless I rip something off the top here. Buried in a garden, journey to nowhere, thrown from the saddle. And that might do it, friends. That might be the window they needed. And then another lifelink or two. Yeah, we even bottomed a couple lands. Gross, good beats. Oh, they have Scorching Shot in their hand? That or the copy spell. No. Alright. Can Bobby scoop this one up here pretty quickly. Oh, you know what? They could have activated the tie in response to the trigger resolving and actually killed something there. Yeah, I'm not sure I have any outs at this point. Because again, we're putting them on having a trick of some sort too. Caught in the crossfire. Wait. Was that even good? We might actually just win next turn now with the flyer draw. Oh no! Lifelink haste! Oh, we had 66% chance. Oh, okay, they had Paladin as well. So, maybe it wouldn't have mattered. That sucks. Yeah. We're gonna fall too far behind now. Is they gonna gain another 2 life this turn? Oh, so close. Yeah, that'll do her. GG's. Good beats. Very close, and we had a window there too. There were a couple of turns where we could have drawn something, but we bricked. Drew a little bit too many lands, so... Yeah, Outlaws Merriment, super hard card to beat. We were very close. We just needed like one more good draw. Alright, if I get to 2 losses, I will swap up the deck, but I will keep going until that point. Okay, let's try a little bit more action with this green-white deck before we go to a more value-based deck. See, this is the type of hand that I'm concerned about with this deck. Like, we don't get onto the board until turn 3. And so we're going to give the slower, more powerful decks time to kind of set up their stuff, you know? Doc Arlock, turn 2. Okay. I'll lead on Possum here and hope that we just draw a couple lands in a row. If I don't draw a land next turn, I'll probably just want a Smuggler's Surprise for a land, since we have 2 5-drops in hand. Be my guess. They plotted a Commando for 2. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Alright. Yeah. I mean, it'd be super nice to go Townsfolk here and a Bash for 4, but they're gonna have a 5/5 next turn, so... Let's go ahead and... try to mill a couple land. Alright, land and a Armadillo work out. I mean, our hand's totally fine now. Hell, if I draw a land next turn... Oh, God. If I draw a land next turn, I can go Shepherd, bring back, like, the Grizzly. Now I suppose I need to just bury the farmer. Okay, that's pretty good too. Let's just bury here, because if I draw a land next turn, I can hardcast the Armadillo. Though there was a big temptation to grab a land with the Armadillo there instead. Pass. Okay. Let's go to combat, and then I think I'm going to play out the Armadillo, and if they have a counter, good beats. Nice. Okay, that's great. So, technically I could have pumped for one more damage by mounting the possum, but the Armadillo is really, really problematic here. And if I get to untap with Snakeskin Veil, I'm going to feel like we can't lose. Okay. That means they are not going to be able to target the Armadillo this turn. 2, 4, 5. I have 6 mana. We probably just Shepherd here. Get back our Grizzly. Hold up Veil. They do have a counter. Okay. So either they just drew that, or they didn't counter my Armadillo. Either way, it's a little bit weird. I guess it's not that weird if they just drew it. That's unfortunate. Jailbreak scheme. Alright, make them pay the 3 ward. And I don't really want to get time walked here, plus I would take a lot of damage, so let's pump it up to an 8/8. I'm gonna save the Journey to Nowhere. Now, they can triple block the Armadillo here if they want to, but I would be very happy to trade for their 5/5 and their 3/4. Nice. The dock's probably not going to do too much work from here on out, so... pretty good trade for us, I think. Seraphic Steed. 1 unknown. Left over. Probably irrelevant. There's actually no harm in bouncing the Prairie Dog here, just to get to replay it. I don't know if we want to Journey the Steed here. I don't think we do. We'd rather really wait until they play another big threat, like a Cactarantula or something, and if they just play a bunch of small creatures, we don't care about that either. Steed is saddle 4, so if they're going to saddle this, that would be tapping out of a lot of creatures. Yeah, exactly. Now, if I journey this turn, deny them life. I think that's quite good enough here. I think we just attack with these two again. Make the same play of bouncing our 3/3 to be able to replay it as a blocker. I mean, they have fine triple blocks. Not great, but fine. Okay. Roxanne's pretty good. Kills my prairie dog, but it makes my townsfolk a 4/4. Honest Rut. Ah, wow. What the heck? They just cast a bunch of multicolored cards off of freaking Bandit. But they are just dead here, right? Yeah, I have 4 lethal creatures. I can journey the steed. That's game over. They have to block them all, so they're taking minimum 3. Alright, nice. Green-white beats, survives another round. Three and 1. On to the next. Yeah, hand's fine. 2 drop off the top. Where's that Erynx to solidify it? That's not an Erynx. We're just 2 color, but the maces are tapped fixing of sorts, so. We could try to scare the opponent, but. Oh, come on. And we've drawn a couple lands in a row to start. Alright, turn 2 Steed is not what we want to see. That I'm probably just going to have to bury in the garden next turn. I guess I actually want them to use a trick here. Get it out of their hand instead of developing out to the board. Like, yeah. Them using Snakeskin Veil there is insane for us. That was pretty incredible, as long as they don't have a way to get rid of my berry in the garden. The reverse berry. Okay, fair enough. And more land. Alright, let's name black here. Like I said, kind of just scare them. Oh boy. And another bomb. Yikes. They put an ankle biter as a 3/3. That's pretty bad for us. Guess I make my flyer here larger. I mean, 3/3 Death Touch is going to trade with basically anyway, so anything anyway, so we might as well. I'm not sure we have a way to beat the Nexus, though. The Buried in the Garden... I guess if we draw our Varmint... I have a Varmint, is that right? No, I don't have a varmint even. Oh, I do. I have one varmint. Okay, so if I draw varmint, I get to kill their buried in the garden. Mine comes back and can eat the nexus. But I'm going to need it in the next couple turns. Like, every turn that that nexus sits on the battlefield is me falling further and further behind, you know? Spinewood's Paladin. Oh no, that was a Grizzly, okay. What's kind of cool here? The security crewing the possum and bouncing it back to continuously give my creatures +1/+1 in vigilance is not actually that bad. Three bandit. It's pretty good. I mean, if they're flooding out, that's a good draw too. Huh. I'm supposed to crew the Arinx now. Holy cow. I think we want that. Let's kill the steed. What I could do there is make my creatures indestructible, but I think that's good enough. Wily Duke, they just lost their mount though. Nothing. Oh, maybe they just hard cast something second main phase. Ah! Dang it. It was looking okay there for a second, but the Nexus is going to start taking over again. Oh, they messed up. They shouldn't have plotted that thing. If they had put it off with the Nexus, it would have still been a 5/5. That lasso does not work as a creature. They should probably not have made that one a 3/3. That's funny. So I can do indestructible trick as well. So creatures you control with power 4 or greater gain hexproof indestructible. Alright. Let's make a move. We're going to kill the Wily here. So we get to mill and do the indestructible. Lost a lasso, that's too bad. But now we can give our creatures trample next turn too. Wow! Why did they concede? I don't even feel like they were that far behind. Holy smokes. Okay, we will take it. We're 4-1 now. Hey, let's keep going. All right, we're 4-1 with this jank. Don't know how, don't know why, but here we are. Okay, that looks like a decent hand. 2-drop, 3-drop removal spell, and a trick/protection effect. What more can you ask for? Oof, opponent's on a mulligan on 5, too. The varmint we wanted last game, though I guess we didn't end up needing it. Turn 2 bandit. I think killing a 2-drop mana accelerant is often correct. But I think here we want to wait because they're on a mulligan to 5 anyways. Dust Animus, yeah, that card's pretty good. Alright, a land, an armadillo, and an Erynx milled. They won't be able to play the Dust Animus out as a 4/5 for... Oh, no! So now they have the varmint to kill the journey. So I guess we're hoping that they actually lock the vigilante and trade here, which they might do. Yeah, they might attack with their varmint into mine. I guess they also need a 5th land. If they don't have a 5th land, they're going to still sit on the Animus, and that gives us more time. Yeah, looks like they don't have the Animus, or the 5th land for it. They're going to punch my Vigilante. I think that's probably worth saving. And I hope they attack for 4 here. Or sorry, for 2 here. Bad, 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 bad. Let's name black and pass. Okay, there it is. Re-roll to mill myself a bit right now. Did mill 1 creature. Yeah. Not great. We're gonna lose this game. Thrown from the saddle milled too. It's too bad. They might double block here with like Commando and Varmint. If not, I'm gonna have to let them get another attack in with the Animus. Oh, wait, you know what I can do? Okay. I messed up here. What I can do here is I can Journey to Nowhere their Animus, but with the trigger on the stack, kill my own Journey so that it's permanently exiled. Kind of funny. Pretty hilarious flood here, though. So Journey is one of those old school cards that if you kill it before it exiles a creature, then it's going to trigger the second mode first, and then it will exile the creature permanently. So that might be what I'm supposed to do here. Kind of silly. Build our Smuggler's Surprise. Alright, so let's hold full control. Drew a stop cold. Right. Well, the Dust Animus is gone forever at least, but we're still far behind. I mean, I guess I'm probably supposed to attack for 6 double strike and then just let them hit me back for 6 with a scry. Oh, that's very... Okay, wow. They probably should not have done that. Because now I feel like... I mean, it's just a battle of top decks. Okay. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12 land scene versus their 5 land scene. To start. So who's gonna draw better? That's pretty good. No, it's not. They have a varmint. Wow, the varmint's actually hosing me. So I'm just supposed to use this on their varmint. That's hilarious. It's actually a little bit risky to attack until I can find like one more thing to do here. Alright, that was fantastic. Now we can attack with both. Looks like they're starting to draw some lands, thankfully. Okay, back to having a problem. That's quite good. I'm supposed to attack with both here, I think. And if they eat the Naturalist, then I can activate Prairie Dog and put the Townsfolk to a 5/5 now. Because of the Prairie Dog's ability. Oh, in fact, I messed up by not playing my other land. I could have double activated and made the Townsfolk a 6/6, couldn't I? Yeah, I could have. They're missing an attack with their Sphinx. Yeah, I don't think they know their Sphinx has Vigilance, and that was a really good draw, too. And I have a Mount. Is this just permanent? Oh, I can get my O-Ring, or my Journey to Nowhere back now. Nice. Nice. Supposed to kill the Newt here, I'm pretty sure. And now they're just dead in the air. They are no longer just dead in the air. But they have to go chump chump. Okay. The old varmint on my own journey to nowhere for the win. 5 wins now. I should be thrilled. I am thrilled. This is a mid-tier at best sealed deck. And we are actually winning something, so feels good. Now we're in the 5+ win bracket, though. I do not expect to do very well unless we just, like, curve out perfectly, which this hand here could do. My opponent cannot kill my Burrow Fiend. That could start smacking them for a huge amount of damage, even just on turn 2. Oh, wow, and we have the Naturalist as well. Okay, so, yeah, like, turn 2 Burrow Fiend, turn 3 Naturalist, mill 1 or 2 creatures, ideally. Or all 3, even, if we get lucky. And then, mount up. There's 1, there's 2. Nice. So we're gonna at least be a 4/4. Now it's a 5/5 on turn 3 attacking. Yeah, this is exactly what we wanted. Luck be a lady tonight. Pass. Alright, we'll go for Beaver. Saddle up. Build my berry, that's unfortunate. Yeah, attacking with both. If they 2-for-1 themselves, I'm okay with that. Alright, that's not even that bad. Like, they had to use Getaway on my 2-drop. And now we start, hopefully, pumping up with the Beaver. Patient Naturalist, and they can make it like a 3/4. That's no big deal. They milled 2 removal spells. Alright, and this only... So I guess we put it on the Grizzly. Make the Grizzly a 5/3, get in for another 4. Infinite mana pass is a bit sus. Let's make the Sentry a 4/4. I don't think we want to throw from the saddle when they have that much mana available. Sure. So like double block and then eat my Beaver. We can make the Rattleworm a 7/6 here. So yeah, I guess I need to do this now. I don't have a mount, so... Need to kill it before it goes back to being a 7/6 with no damage on it. Alright, yeah, I mean, we're probably losing now. I need to draw well, and they need to not have anything. And that qualifies as a lot with the Entertainer. We tried, we died, but this is almost good. I would almost prefer to have taken a second loss like this so that I can go and do that other deck like we wanted to try. Okay, probably our best possible draw. Could have also grabbed the flyer there, but the Burrow Fiend is basically a forced chump. Oh, that thing has reach. Oh, they messed up. They should have pumped with one of their tokens first. They would have been able to draw an extra card. I guess I could have just milled myself. They have a ping desert. They get to trigger their free rider, sure. Still possible to win this game, right? We have what? Journey to Nowhere. Take up the shield. Smuggler's Surprise. Those all work at pushing through their free rider lookouts. I don't mind trading. Pixie Bounce what? Pixie Bounce Shepherd is not bad. Alright, milled my smugglers, but we have a 9/9 attacking. Two mana 9/9, by the way. Actually, I could grab Prairie Dog here too, but I think I like grabbing the flyer that also scries. There it is. Perfect. Alright, we go for it. Poof! Well, I guess I'm gonna swap decks anyways, just because we're already at 6 wins now with this thing. Might as well change it up a little bit now. What was I gonna go? Green, black, splashing white? That's funny though. Accident, Mourner, Shoot, Dread, Vraska, Badlands, Lawbringer. Is that what the deck was going to be? I don't remember exactly how I was going to do this. Oh, Gardener. The other white card we're splashing for. Was that all of our green? Could run Tumbleweed Rising. Could just run like a big overzealous beater. Fake Your Own Death. No, I think we want more creatures. I could just run Buzzard. It's a random creature. Then, do we get any benefit now that we're running black for the crimes? Not particularly so. We actually get that's it? Is that even worthwhile? Seems worse. You know what? I am just gonna run it back as green-white, I think. The green-white's got me to 6-1 so far. I don't know why I would just mess things up. Alright, let's do it. Let's get 7. I think this is an okay keep, but it isn't good. Right? If we rip a forest off the top, the hand becomes pretty decent. And we have 2 chances at it since we're on the draw here, so... Calculated risk ahead. We do have a lot of green sources we could draw. Drawing on other planes is the worst possible, though. I actually have 10 green sources in the deck. I have 8 forests and 2 Mirage Mesas. So the fact that we drew another planes immediately is very, very unfortunate. And it's Hall. Well, this is what I get. My deck is not cooperating. It saw that I was going to change it up and like now it's saying, is this what you wanted to have happen? Forest? Please? Okay, alright, still a chance. I think we're just gonna go with Townsfolk here and pass. We might actually want to varmint the Bandit's Hall, and that would also make our townsfolk a little bit larger as well later down the line, you know? Alright, I'm fine protecting this. If not that, then what are we trying to protect, right? Sure, that's not that bad. We can also varmint that if we want to. I mean, given by the looks of it, I might want to do that. The Hall's not only fixing their mana, but also giving them cards later down the road. Oh, wait, what? Why did they go with that? What happened here? Why didn't they cast Geralt first? That was strange. Yeah, I mean, still can't win, I guess. Did mill a lot of garbage. So I might as well bounce the cow for value. We can block and sack next turn, but yeah, take 10. I'm at 5. Well, I expected this to happen sooner, but yeah. You can expect in the 6-win bracket to play against nothing but Insanos. In fact, I lied. We probably don't want to swap decks when we go into this bracket because we just need to kill people so fast before they can get their crazy bombs. Yeah, there's no, I'm not swapping decks at all. Like, this probably gives us the best chances of winning. Like I said at the beginning of this sealed, sometimes you just need to go underneath the more powerful decks, and when we don't have basically any bombs, this is the Bonnie Paul bracket, so let's try to kill them before they can resolve it. We should already be happy with 6 wins, but if we can get to 7 wins, that's ideal, and this is a great hand to do that. Great, great, great. We have double green effects. We're gonna go with the turn 2 Arinx here. Turn 2 Arinx into turn 3 Possum is quite nice. That's a little bit less nice because now if I want to attack, they get to gain some life back, but I guess that's worth it for the Surveil. Or rather, Scry. So I'm trading 1 damage for 2 in their favor, but it is what it is. Rather just draw land here. Yep. 6-win bracket. Oh, they pumped up their non-life linker. What the heck? Okay. Pretty happy with that, I guess. Sentry here, pass. Hold up, surprise. Death Toucher is annoying. What are people doing? Back-to-back opponents have cast Drolf after casting their... other spells. There goes Journey to Nowhere. We are losing. Probably needed a flyer here. Sure. Stubborn Burrow Fiend, huh? There goes our Buried in the Garden, too. Jeez. Remember, mills are completely random. Okay, we need to draw Shepherd of the Clouds or Holy Cow to hopefully start attacking. Ah, we're so dead. There's the cow. Question is, what are they just passing with 5 cards in their hand? Maybe they're playing around me having like Final Showdown Wrath. That could be it. I'm gonna ambush my Holy Cow and I can Snakeskin Veil in response. I wonder if I should be milling myself. 1, 2, only 2 creatures in the graveyard. Because with the Drover Grizzly, if the Stubborn Burrow Fiend had enough power, we could... they have a 6/6 Lifelinker. That seems unlikely. Okay. So if we draw our Shepherd of the Clouds, we can get back the cow. That is unfortunate. Geralt finally starts triggering. Lifelinker up to an 8/8. I don't even know why we're still playing this game. We're dead. We'll scoop that one up. All right. I mean, maybe there was a small chance that they could mess up some trample damage, but I am thrilled we got to 6 wins with this thing. This pool was pretty bad, and we did exactly what we set out to do with a pool like this, just kind of beat down and curve out on people before they could bomb me out. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the games we lost were just a bomb, so that's the way it is. Thanks for watching this little sealed here. We'll see you back next time. Bye-bye.